Hello viewers, I am Deepthi Hans. Today we are going to discuss 2023 specimen question paper ICSE Physics Section B. In section B, we have 6 questions. Out of these 6 questions, a student has to attempt only 4 questions. Question number 4 belongs to chapter Light. Part 1, diagram, which is drawn here. Below show the graphical relation between angle of deviation on y-axis and angle of incidence on x-axis. When light passes through a triangular prism of angle 62 degree, angle of prism is given of a certain glass material. In first part, we need to state the angle of minimum deviation of this prism and the corresponding angle of incidence. As you can see, this is the point, and here we need to calculate delta minimum, means angle of deviation. So value of angle of deviation is, minimum value of angle of deviation is 37 degree, and corresponding angle of incidence you can see here on x-axis it is 46 degree. This is our part A. In part B, calculate the value of x. For this, we need to put the relation A plus delta is equal to I1 plus I2. Angle of prism is given in the question as 62 degree and value of delta is 51 degree. I1 is 40 degree plus I2 we need to calculate. I2 is given as x here, so we need to put its value as x. Now value of x is 62 plus 51, it is 113 minus 40, it means value of x is 73 degree. Question number 4, second part is redraw and complete the path of ray AB till it emerges out of the prism of critical angle 42 degree. Now we know that when a ray incident normally on a prism, it goes undeviated, so it goes inside the prism. Now when it strikes this surface here, this is the normal drawn, here angle is 60 and 90. So this ray will make an angle of 60 degree inside the prism. We all know that 60 degree is greater than 42 degree. It means critical angle say greater. 60 degree is greater than critical angle. So it goes inside the prism because total internal reflection will occur and it follows laws of reflection I is equal to R. So 60 and 60, total 120 degree deviation. When it strikes this surface, it makes an angle 30 and 90, it makes an angle 30 degree. Now it goes from denser medium to rarer medium. It means it moves away from the normal. So this angle is greater than 30 degree. Greater than 30 degree. So this is the complete path of this ray. Now in third part, you can see this is a rectangular glass block is given. The diagram shows that an observer sees the image of an object. This is the object and this is the image I, seen by an observer who is standing here. Name and define the phenomena responsible for seeing the image at a different position. Now we all know that this is refraction of light. Now definition is also required. We know that definition of refraction we need to write here. Now state the effect of x when y increases. Now this part is important. A is just you need to write refraction and define it. Now in B part, state the effect of x when y increases. Now what is x and what is y? Effect x is effect of x. Effect of x is shift. It means how much shift is there, and effect of y is thickness of the glass block, because you can see here this is thickness of the glass block. Now we need to summarize the factors on which shift depends. So they are asking in the part, state the effect of x when y increases. So we all know that shift is directly proportional to thickness. Now in question what they asked is y increases. State the effect of x when y increases. So thickness increases in first part, thickness increases, then shift also increases. In second part decrease, thickness decreases, then shift also decreases. So in first part increase and second part decrease. Now coming to question 5, which also belongs to chapter Light. First part is An object of height 20 centimeter is placed in front of a lens at a distance of 50 centimeter. It means object height, which is represented by O, is given as 20 centimeter. Now, an object distance, which is given by U, is minus 50 centimeter. We all know that it is on the left hand side, so minus sign should be there. This is part A. This is given in the question. Its virtual diminished image is formed at a distance of 15 centimeter. It means virtual image is formed at a distance. V is given. V minus 15 centimeter. Now next, virtual diminished image is formed. They have written in first part, identify the type of lens. We all know that virtual and diminished image is formed only in a concave lens. So answer of part A is concave lens. Because in convex lens, when virtual image is formed, it is always magnified. In second part, calculate the focal length of the lens. Now we know lens formula, 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Now 1 by V, 1 by minus 15 minus 1 by U is given as minus 50, and focal length we need to calculate. LCM of 15 and 50 is 150. So minus 10 plus 3. It means minus 7 upon 150 is equal to 1 upon F, or we can write F is equal to, focal length is equal to reciprocal of this, minus 50 upon 7, which is equal to minus 21.43 centimeter. It means image lies in between optical center and focus. It means our answer is correct. Now in second part, this diagram is drawn, which shows the extreme colors of visible spectrum X and Y. According to Vibgyor, we all know that one is violet and other is red. Now identify the colors X and Y. Deviation of violet color is the most, so we know that X is violet color and Y is obviously other extreme end, it means red. In B part, this is our A part. In B part, which color has greater speed in vacuum? If it is in glass, then speed may vary, but in vacuum the speed of same speed is same irrespective of their wavelength. Speed of both violet and indigo remains same. In part 3, the diagram below shows an object AB. In front of the lens, the path of one ray coming from the object is shown. This is the object, this is the ray coming, which is parallel to the principal axis, and after passing to the lens, it is bending towards the focus. It means passing to the focus. So we know, first part, identify the lens, name the lens. In A part, name the lens. The converging lens name is convex lens. So in one part, we need to just write, this is convex lens. Now redraw and complete the ray diagram showing the formation of image. If we want, we can make this line like this, or otherwise we can draw the lens over here. Now this is the convex lens. For redrawing, one ray is already given, which is coming parallel, passing through focus. And second ray we can draw passing through the optical center of this lens. And we know whenever a ray passes from optical center, it goes undeviated. If we increase these rays backward, they will meet at a point, and at this point we will get the virtual image of this object AB as A dash B dash, which is virtual and magnified image. In C part, this is our B part. Now in C part they have asked, in which optical instrument is this kind of image formed? We all know this is a simple microscope, or you can write magnifying glass. Now coming to question 6, which is from chapter Force, Work, Power, Energy and Machine. The diagram below shows a block and tackle system. Copy and redraw the label diagram showing the correct connection of tackle, direction of forces involved to obtain the maximum VR and convenient direction. we know that if in a system of 3 pulleys, because VR is given as 3, so it means it has 3 pulleys. For convenient direction, the rope should be in the downward direction. And for this, we need to draw the tackle from hook of lower point. So, from the hook of lower point, the string will go like this, and from the upper block to lower block, and then upper block first pulley, and then in the downward direction. Remember to draw tension in the upward direction in all these 3 strings. Effort in downward direction, tension in upward direction. You can remember this by the word ole, because in odd number niche se le. String ko niche se le. So this is odd number because we have odd number 3 number of pulleys. If we have 4 number of pulleys, then we need to start the tackle from the hook of upper block. Now in B part of this question, calculate the MA of this pulley system if its efficiency is 80%. Now efficiency is 80%. Efficiency is equal to MA upon VR. Now MA is equal to efficiency into VR. Efficiency is given as 80%, so 80 upon 100, and VR we know 3. So 24 upon 10, it means 2.4. MA has no unit, so MA is equal to 2.4. This is our part 1. Now for part 2, this diagram shows a wheel of diameter 40 centimeter. Diameter 40 centimeter, it means radius is 20 centimeter. Fixed on a wall capable of rotating about its center O. If the wheel rotates in an anti-clockwise direction, wheel is rotating like this in anti-clockwise direction, then calculate the clockwise moment. Clockwise moment should be on this side. So, clockwise moment is equal to this is A part of question number 2. Calculate the clockwise moment. Clockwise moment, we know the formula of moment F into D. Here F is given as 100 GF, and what is the value of D? It is 20 from the center. It means 2000 GF centimeter is the clockwise moment. In B part, state whether X is equal to 100 GF, less than 100 GF or greater than GF. So, we should write X is greater than 100 GF. In third part, give a reason for your answer. The reason is, we know that wheel is rotating in the anti-clockwise moment. It means anti-clockwise moment is greater. So, in the anti-clockwise direction, the distance should more or the force should more. So, here it is 100 GF, here distance is also less. So, more force will be required in the anti-clockwise direction. It means value of X is greater than 100 GF. This is the reason which they have asked in part C. You need to write here anti-clockwise direction, so anti-clockwise moment should be greater. In part 3, a coconut of mass 450 gram falls from the top of a tree which is 80 meter high. Height of a tree is also given. In first part, calculate the potential energy possessed by the coconut when it is at the top of the tree. Now we all know, first of all we need to convert it into SI unit. 450 gram is the mass given. 450 divided by 1000, convert into kg. It means 0.45 kg. Second, height is given, which is 80 meter, and G is given as 10 meter per second square. These all 3 things are given in the question. Now, potential energy, formula for potential energy. In first part, we need to calculate potential energy. In A part, formula for potential energy is mgh. M is 0.45, G is 10, and H is 80. Multiplying all these 3, we get 360 joule. So, potential energy is 360 joule. In part B, they have asked, without calculation, state the kinetic energy with which it strikes the ground. So, kinetic energy. We know that the potential energy possessed by the body at the top of the tree is equal to the kinetic energy when it is at the ground. So kinetic energy is equal to potential energy. They have specially mentioned that without calculating. So we just need to mention that kinetic energy should be equal to potential energy. In the last part, state the principle involved to arrive at this answer. So this principle is principle of conservation of energy. Principle of conservation of energy, and you need to define this also. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can just be converted from one form of energy to another form of energy. So principle of conservation of energy, according to which potential energy is equal to kinetic energy. Now coming to question number 7. It belongs to chapter sound and another is from modern physics. Now first part, a person standing in front of a cliff fires a gun and hears its echo after 3 seconds. If the speed of sound in air is 336 meter per second, calculate the distance of the person from the cliff. So it means velocity of sound is given as 336 meter per second. Time is given as 3 seconds. We know the formula time is equal to 2d upon v and it is equal to 3 seconds. So d is equal to cross multiply vt upon 2. Now v is 336, t is 3 seconds divided by 2, 168. It means 504 meter is the distance. This is our part A. Calculate the distance of the person from the cliff. So this is the distance, first distance. Now in second part, it means B part, they have asked, after moving a certain distance from the cliff, he fires the gun again and this time the echo is heard 1.5 seconds later than the first. It means the person is moving away from the cliff. Now distance is increasing. So in second case, new distance is equal to 3, which is the first, and 1.5, which is the second echo. Because in the question it is given the time, echo is heard 1.5 seconds later than the first. So it means 4.5 seconds is the new time. Now new distance is equal to, v remains same, t will change, 336 into 4.5 divided by 2. It means 168 multiplied by 4.5, it means 756 meter. But in the last line they have asked calculate the distance moved by the person. The total distance moved by the person is equal to new distance minus previous distance, which is 756 minus 504. So the distance moved by person is 252 meter. In question 7 part 2, which is from chapter radioactivity, in A part, a radioactive nucleus X emits an alpha particle followed by 2 beta particles and forms nucleus Y. What is the general name of the elements X and Y? First of all, we have to start X, Z, A. This is atomic number and this is mass number. Now if alpha particle is emitted from this, then nu X is Z minus 2 and A minus 4. Atomic number reduced by 2 and mass number reduced by 4. But further it is given that 2 beta particles are also emitted. When 2 beta particles are emitted, then daughter nucleus Y is formed. So Z minus 2, but we know that beta particle emission means plus 2 because 2 beta particles are emitted and mass number remains same. So it means new daughter nucleus Y is formed with atomic number Z and mass number A minus 4. So you can see here and this daughter nucleus here, they have asked what is the general name of elements X and Y. You can see their atomic number is same and mass number is different. And we know that the general name of these type of elements is isotopes because their atomic number is Z and mass number is different. In B part of the same question, this is our A part. In B part, if the atomic number of Y is 80, then what is the atomic number of Z? If atomic number of Y is 80, then atomic number of X is same, it means 80. In C part, if the atomic mass number of Y is 189, if mass number A of Y is 189. Then mass number of X is 189 is here. It means minus 4. Then here we need to calculate A. It means plus 4. So 189 is the resultant and plus 4. It means it comes out to be 193. So if the mass number of Y is 189, then mass number of X is 193. In third part, a boy tunes a radio channel to a radio station 93.5 megahertz. Name and define the scientific wave phenomena. We all know that this is resonance, and you know the definition of resonance is a special case of forced vibration when the frequency of externally applied periodic force on a body is equal to its natural frequency and the body readily begins to vibrate with its increased amplitude. Now in second part, now what is the frequency of the channel? Frequency of the channel, it is given in the question 93.5 megahertz. Now this is megahertz and this is the frequency. So this is the frequency. Now second part, convert this frequency into SI unit. SI unit is hertz. So 93.5 but mega is 10 raised to power 6 hertz. So this is the answer of B part. Now coming to question number 8. In first part, A is, what is the meaning of the statement, the power rating of an appliance is 60 watt 220 volt? It means if that appliance is operated on 220 volt supply, then power consumed by it is 60 watt. Whenever this rating is given, we need to specify this. In B part, in which wire is the fuse connected in a circuit? It is connected in the live wire. In C part, state the function of the main switch in an electric circuit. Main switch at the distribution board used to switch on and off the main supply, and it is a double pole switch. It disconnects both the live and the neutral wire simultaneously if any repair work is required. This is our part 1. Now for part 2. For part 2, copy and complete the following nuclear reaction. The reaction is given as, this is radon, 86 is given, atomic number is given and mass number is required, and on the right hand side polonium is forming with mass number 218, atomic number they have asked, and alpha particle is shown. It means alpha particle is emitted here. So we know the reaction. When alpha particle is emitted from the reaction, then atomic number is decreased by 2 and mass number is decreased by 4. So here it is written as 86. So it means decreased by 2 because 2 is gone here. So it means it becomes 84. And in radon, this is decreased by 4. It means plus 4. It means this is 222. So complete reaction is radon 86 222 and polonium 84 218 with alpha particle is emitted. In B part of this question, what will be the effect on the radiation emitted in the above reaction when it is allowed to pass through an electric field? We all know that alpha particle is positively charged. Whenever it passes through an electric field, they turn toward the negative plate as they are positively charged, we know. Now coming to C part of this, in which one diagram is drawn and we need to solve the numerical. In this numerical, two parallel branches are shown, one with one resistor of 2 ohm and another with 5 ohm and 3 ohm connected to the supply. Here case switch is given and battery 4 volt with the internal resistance 0.4 ohm is given and the circuit is complete now. Observe the given circuit diagram and answer the questions. In first answer, calculate the resistance of the circuit when the key K completes the circuit. When key completes the circuit, it means this series combination. First of all, series combination of 3 and 5, it means 8 ohm in parallel with 2 ohm. So 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 8, this is the parallel combination here. 8 is LCM, 4 plus 1, 5 upon 8. So parallel combination is reciprocal of this, it means 8 upon 5. It means its value comes out to be 1.6 ohm. In first part, calculate the resistance of the circuit. It means this is our first part. Resistance of the circuit is this. Now, calculate the current through 3 ohm resistor. Now, for calculation of current, we know I is equal to EMF upon R plus R. EMF is given in the question as 4 volt and total resistance is 1.6 plus internal resistance 0.4 is also given. So 4 upon 2, it means 2 ampere is the current in the total circuit. In the total circuit, this is the positive terminal, it means 2 ampere current is flowing. Now in second part, calculate the current through 3 ohm resistor. We know that these are in series combination. Current is coming, I is here and I1 is going in this branch and I2 is going in that branch. So we can calculate in two ways. First of all, if we want to calculate I1 current through 5 ohm and 3 ohm resistor, this is I1, you can write I1 current in this series combination, we can calculate as total resistance of the other branch, it means 2 ohm and total resistance is 2 plus 5 plus 3, it means 10 and multiply by total current, it means 4 upon 10, you can calculate as 0.4 ampere is the current flowing through this 3 ohm resistor. Because we know in series current remains same. Otherwise we can check it also, because we can calculate the current in this branch, then we can subtract it also. You can recheck your answer. Now coming to last question of section B, which is question number 9, and this question is from chapter magnetism and next is heat. Now first part is from heat chapter. Numerical is a metal piece present at 120 degrees Celsius. It means temperature of metal is given as 120 degrees Celsius. Is quickly dropped in a calorimeter of mass 80 gram. So mass of calorimeter is 80 gram. Containing 200 gram of water at 30 degrees Celsius. So mass of calorimeter is 80 gram, mass of water is 200 gram and temperature of these two is 30 degrees Celsius. So temperature of calorimeter or temperature of water both is 30 degrees Celsius. Now final temperature retained by the mixture is 40 degrees Celsius. So final temperature T is given as 40 degrees Celsius. Calculate the thermal capacity of the metal piece. Specific heat capacity of water is given as 4.2 joule per gram per degree Celsius, and specific heat capacity of calorimeter is also given as 0.4 joule per gram per degree Celsius. Now, heat energy given by metal. First of all, we know the formula principle. Heat energy given by metal is equal to heat energy taken by calorimeter and water. So first of all, first part is heat energy given by metal. MC delta T, we know the formula. M is not given, C is not given, but T is given. Temperature of metal is 120 minus final is 40. 120 minus 40 degree. It means all are in gram, we need not to change any mass value or in kg. So value comes out to be MC into 80. This is our first equation. Now heat energy taken by calorimeter. Calorimeter plus heat energy taken by water, because both are taking. First calorimeter, M is 80, C is 0.4 and temperature of calorimeter is 40 minus 30 plus, in case of water, mass is 200 gram into specific heat capacity is 4.2 and temperature is 40 minus 30. Value multiplying all these things, 80 into 0.4, it means 32 into 10, it means 320. And value of heat energy taken by water is 8400. Its value comes out to be, addition of these two is 8720 joule. It means heat energy taken by calorimeter and water is 8720 joule. Now, if we know the principle of calorimeter, if there is no loss of energy, heat energy given by metal is equal to heat energy taken by calorimeter and water. So this is our second equation, this is first equation. First is equal to 2. Equation 1 is equal to equation 2. Now in one equation, our value comes out to be 80 into mc, and in second, it is 8720 joule. Now, we know that m into c is thermal capacity, which they have asked in the numerical. Thermal capacity is c dash, and 8720, this 80 comes in the denominator. We just need to divide these two, and answer comes out to be 109 joule degree Kelvin, degree Celsius. 109 is the answer. Specific heat capacity is given, but thermal capacity is asked, and thermal capacity formula C dash is equal to M into C. So value is 109 joule per degree Celsius. Question 9 part 2. Diagram below shows a cooling curve for a substance. State the temperatures at which the substance condenses. We know that condensation means vapor phase is converted into liquid phase, and temperature or at which it solidifies respectively. We need to mention two temperatures. In A part of this, we need to specify these two temperatures. Temperature at which substance condenses means vapor converting to liquid. So this temperature is 150 degrees Celsius. So condensation temperature is 150 degrees Celsius. Then they have asked solidifies. It means solidification, converting into solid. So temperature of solidification is converting into solid. Temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. You can see from here. This is 150 and this is 60. Starting solidified. In B part, the temperature range in which substance is in liquid state. You can see this whole is liquid phase. So, B part, temperature range in which the substance is in liquid state is range is from 60 to 150 degree Celsius. So this is the range in which the substance is in liquid phase. Here it is in vapor and liquid phase. When horizontal line is there, then in slanting line liquid phase is there, again horizontal liquid plus solid is there, and in slanting line this all is solid phase. So this is the cooling curve of the substance. In C part of this question, they have asked, why do we prefer ice to ice cold water for cooling a drink? Why ice is preferred? Due to high specific latent heat of fusion. High specific latent heat of fusion. This is the keyword of ice, because 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius take 336. This value you may also mention 336 joule of heat energy from the drink to melt into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the drink liberates additional 336 joule of heat energy, and cooling produced is more in the case of ice. In last third part, the diagram below shows a magnet placed between two coils. This is A and this is B. The magnet is moved along the axis towards the coil B. Now magnet is moving towards this coil B. Now we remember Lenz's law. In A part, they have asked state the polarities induced at the end Q and R of the coil due to the motion of the magnet. Now polarity induced at end Q is polarity induced at end Q, because magnet is moving away. This north pole is moving away from this coil. So this end will become south pole, so that this magnet may not move forward. And second end R will make again south pole, because this south pole is moving towards this coil, and this pole will not want to repel this magnet, so this end will also become south pole. The polarity at both the end is south polarity. In B part, name the phenomena due to which current is induced in the coil. We know that electromagnetic induction is the phenomena according to which an EMF is induced in the coil if there is change in the magnetic flux linked with the coil. In C part, name the law which helps to find the polarity at the ends Q and R. We know the answer is Lenz's law. We can also use Fleming right hand rule, but here I am using Lenz's law. according to which the direction of induced EMF is such that it opposes the cause which produces it. Here current is producing because magnet is coming towards it. So this coil will not want that magnet will come toward it. So this end will become south pole. Here it is moving away from this, north pole is moving away, and this coil will not want that this magnet should move away. So this end will behave again as a south pole. So this is our Lenz law. With this we come to the end of this paper. Hope you have understood all the questions. Thank you.